Right.
Can I get a quick sound check, just in case something's gone horribly wrong on my end? Okay, good. Hi, everyone. I thought I would just hop in and do some late-stage commentary. Because why not? Maybe just give an interview. I'm not exactly sure what the early game routing was, but I think the big thing here is the fact that Ralen did not use that boost ball to check Upper Shrine, which is unfortunate. And now they're significantly behind. Let's also not forget the plant play, which just didn't work out. Made sense. We had stuff, so we had stuff to do it, so it's not objectionable completely. Our remaining artifacts are Tower of Light and PCA. So we are on the hunt for X-Ray. JhavA elected to do some extra fence stuff after finding Ice Beam. Let's see what Ralen does after they find the Ice Beam. I still don't like it, Jeff. I still think at this level of play, I think Plant is probably not worth it. Now, if we're talking about Sam or Cosmo, I think Plant is a perfectly fine play. It's very fast for them. Because you can quite literally do Plant in like 10 seconds. It's very, very fast if you're good enough. I do have to ask Ralen about not going for Shrine because he already did a pass through Magmore, if I remember correctly, or if I was told correctly. So doing that would yeah. So doing excuse me, like going back to Magmore to Fen would be less of a reward. Looks like JhavA just the only extra checks that JhavA did was Farfen, which is fine. I think that's a nice blend. I think now we just go straight through lower mines. Or rather, maybe upper mines into lower mines. Oh, and that was Phazon suit and workstation. Okay. So this is a Goo Goo Gaga seed, like absolute baby seed. Like there's a world where someone does point and no return Zoid immediately, and we're off to the races. Get that boost, do upper shrine, get space jump, or maybe even just get space jump with maybe even just get space jump with whatchamacallits. I think here what we do is JhavA is probably, yeah, we check Vent Shaft and Central Dynamo, and then go to Upper Mines, because those are the only two logical checks that can give us X-Ray. In Central Mines. And then go to Upper Mines. That's, I think, is probably what the safest bet is. Ah, where were the main PBs? Watery Hall. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Well, we say that this is a Goo Goo Gaga seed until the X-ray shows up. Nowhere. Well, it could be a baby seed if players know the PCA wall crawl. There's plasma for Ralen. Could have got that the first pass, no? Oh, no space jump. Yeah, can't get up there. I forget. The intended routing for Fen is to go all the way to Fen Canyon, go all the way back to landing site, go all the way back to Chapel, to then go all the way back, to then go into labs, into Thardis, to then all the way back to Archozo. Quite a lot of backtracking. Let's see what Ralen does here. I think the labs play is just the correct one. Thermal? We don't mind. We will take it. Just want to get rid of these pirates. They're quite annoying. Surely, Jesse. I doth jest. Indeed. And now, I think... Oopsie. I think now, where does JhavA go if we don't find X-ray here? So this is why I think I probably would have preferred to see the vent shaft and central dynamo check before we went into upper mines. But the central, at least the vent shaft one, the central dynamo one, yeah, you could probably skip that one. That wouldn't be too much of a big orphan. But we quite literally have the entire game open to us now, except for Retreat Chamber and Root Cave. Quite literally everything else. Fen is completely cleared aside from Mineral Man. Life Grove Tunnel, Life Grove, Frigate, Archozo, yeah. Yeah, it would be bad. I think at the very least vent shaft should be checked. Central Dynamo, that's quite a long check for one item. We have to fight a pirate. We then have to fight a second pirate on our way back. We then have to climb vent shaft again. Shouldn't be a problem. We have whatchamacallits. We have boost ball. So at the very least, vent shaft. The central dynamo check would be very slow. Especially considering that many runners probably don't know how to check it without activating the fight. Which means that they don't have to do the fight, and then yeah. So I can understand skipping the central dynamo one, but the vent shaft one I would have liked to see at least. But hopefully it's not there. That would be lame. But it might be a way. If it is there, that'd be kind of nice. Maybe Ralen could make a comeback. But in the meantime, they're only going to be making their way through labs, going to find X-ray. And let's see if he decides to stay in Fen, or if he immediately books it to mines and just prays that he finds X-ray there. And if he finds it in, whatchamacallits, in vent shaft or central dynamo. But in terms of rating checks, we have main quarry here, we have Life Grove Tunnel, Frigate, and Farchozo. I believe that's quite literally all the checks we have left. Could you guys let me know if we did Frigate Crash Site? And Overgrown Cavern? I don't think we can do Overgrown Cavern. We don't have Ice Beam. So now Overgrown Cavern is also an option. Oh, that's funny. Putting it back so you can grapple. Okay, frigate crash site. So we have Overgrown Cavern, Far Chozo. I'm actually going to write that down. Overgrown. Far Chozo. Frigate. Life Grove. Life Grove Tunnel. Magma Pool and Training Chamber, okay. Magma Pool. TCA and Training Chamber. Ooh, if JhavA's doing that, then I like that. It's not a bad play. And then we go up to Life Grove, do forget. Not bad. Yeah, I like that. I still would have preferred to do it there, or maybe, you know, maybe the save warp isn't necessary. Maybe we just go do down there and then just save warp when we're down there in Central Dynamo. Ralen doing something good here, you can burn a power bomb to kill that Metroid. Much faster than breaking it open and etc. Okay, let me write down the list here for you guys. So, Overgrown. Frigate. Far Chozo. So yeah, this is the problem with the idea of my Central Dynamo idea. We have to fight this dude, then we have to fight the drone, and then we have to go back up and fight the extra elite pirate. And yeah, the door is locked. Yep, reset. Did we do upper and lower furnace? Did we check those? We have Crossway. All the elders. Elder Chamber. Okay, perfect, thank you. I believe this is our entire list of remaining items. JhavA doesn't know about plants and ghosts, but in terms of what we know, that's the list, I believe. Honestly, I don't mind going back down and save warping instead of this. Because we can do Frigate if we don't want to do bar skip. But this is okay too. I guess we can ask JhavA about it. That's an important question to ask. Alright. So yeah, Chozo and Talon, and that's it. Chozo and Far Talon, I believe, is the only spots that can have X-ray. Yeah, X-ray, so logically locked by X-ray, and X-ray is required to beat the game, so it cannot be there in order for the seed to be completable, logically at least. Wave Buster for Ralen. Ralen deciding to do Farfen. Interesting. I feel like you feel behind when you see that space jump, and you probably are out more aggressively. Gonna do Life Grove and Life Grove Tunnel first. E. We have no PBs, I guess? Yeah, we burned a bunch of them in mines, makes sense. Good. Got the R jump. Alright. Off to Great Tree Chamber. Actually, no, we don't. We got a Great Tree Chamber, can't have anything, so might as well skip it. Unless we want to find Ice Spreader, but I mean, you know, while you're here, might as well check for Ice Spreader, I guess. It's a quick check. But it looks like JhavA's going to be disciplined and just skip it. Ice Spreader's for your crash site. Oh, okay. I'm guessing they didn't get it because they didn't have space jump or grapple at the time. The dash, no space jump, can be a bit tricky. I believe, actually. Is it that tricky? I don't remember. I touched it a while ago, but... Oh, and the early grav too. Yeah. So they couldn't do the slope jump. Alright, antechamber. E. Next we have Hall of the Elders, Crossway, Elder Chamber. And JhavA might do plant because JhavA isn't on plant yet. Making that plant play by Ralen maybe not hurt as much. But considering that Ralen has done... oh, we haven't done Thardis, guys. Oh my god, we completely forgot about Thardis. Mineral Man. I kind of want Ralen to just do Thardis here. That's a risky play, and I kind of want him to do it. Funny game. Not gonna do Thardis. Darn. So quite literally... Yeah, I think I like that route, Jeff. Tower of Light, though, the save word from Tower of Light might be annoying. I might instead do, take the elevator. Okay. Elder Chamber done. Did we do... Looks like I'm going to go back to Overrun Cavern instead. Ralen going to find the phase on suits. Not going to do Crossway. Did JhavA do Hall of the Elders? I saw Elder Chamber, but I don't know if I saw Hall of the Elders. Wait, whoa. Did we just skip Hall of the Elders? Yeah, okay. Alright, thank you. Interesting, not checking Crossway. I wonder what that is. Unless we already checked Crossway. No, we couldn't have. We didn't have wave. Huh. I think they might have hot dog Crossway. Oh, that might be a big deal right there. That's a significant development, okay. Phase on Su for Ralen. Now, where do they go? They can do plasma processing, which I think we've already seen. Okay, I don't like this. I don't like taking the elevator twice just to check over from cavern. I think you should use this, grab that ice spreader, do frigate. Or route it differently, like do frigate reverse into this, into Farchozo. But, yeah. So Overgrown is done. Now we do Crosswind. I'm guessing we do Training Chamber Loop. Yep. Secret Tunnel. This is slower than doing it the normal way, for the record. Just slightly slower. Nothing. Okay. Now does JhavA do Plant or Training Chamber? We know Plant is nothing. But, Plant and Ghost is nothing. Meanwhile, Rollins save warping. Whoa. After picking up that phase on suit, we were save warping. I'm guessing Tower of Light artifact into Training Chamber loop? Looks like it. No reason to do Root Cave unless we're looking for that thermal. Thermal was a upper elite research. This might be a significant development here. Wait. We know one of the artifacts was Tower of Light, right? So Tower Chamber. Tower Chamber is missing, yeah. If it is Tower of Light artifact. I'll write that down. Tower Chamber. Here's an updated list. Looks like we're doing Plant for JhavA, that's unfortunate. In the meantime, Ralen doing Tower of Light artifact. Yeah, if X-Ray's here, then Ralen is actually in the lead. Which is crazy. Yeah. Opening the gate, I don't mind this because we can then escape. No, we could just use the boost ball trick. No, I don't mind, no, this was one of the routes that I actually recommended. I think the correct route after picking up that Ice Beam would be to skip Fen, and either do Mines right away, Upper Mines right away, or Chozo. And just go where the artifacts are. Rather than doing the Chozo route. Struggling with this Tower of Light climb, though. This is bleeding a lot of time. Not a good jump on the, on a good B release, it seems. They're not getting enough fights. Now, you guys, we do have Wave Buster. We do have Wave Buster, technically. Now, okay. JhavA could have used that missile station at, yes, Jeff, but JhavA could have used the missile station at Hall of the Elders. And now we're cooking, you know what I mean? We get it down to half HP, right, you know, and then we just break 2 bomb slots, you know? The possibilities. Man, really struggling with this climb. It's unfortunate here. They're really bleeding a lot of time. Something to practice. Yeah, not doing the B release quickly enough here. I think it might be time to start shooting the walls. Interesting. JhavA's going for the juggle rather than super missiles. We do have enough missiles. Finally, we're up here. Okay, let's see. Artifact and then now a tower chamber. E. Okay, train chamber. Train chamber into Farchozo for Ralen into Life Grove into Upper Mines. If we do bar skip, but we could also just go frigate. Farchozo, Life Grove, back to Fairy Crash Sites, check overgrown, etc. etc. Now, I think Ralen is still in the lead, actually. You guys, I think he is still in the lead here. Because as soon as that X-ray is found, it goes straight to lower mines. So now JhavA's going to do Train Chamber and then Tower of Lights. And Ralen's just ahead. I think like Ralen's actually just ahead, which is crazy. Magma Pool, nothing. Tower Chamber, nothing. TCA, nothing. Train Chamber, nothing. Crossway all the others clear. We have 4 checks left. Four checks left. Now it's just a movement game. Where does Ralen go here? Farchozo. It's unfortunate. We're gonna do a bunch of checks here. Actually, no, wait. Ralen isn't in the lead. Because JhavA's just now gonna do Frigate. And those are the remaining checks. Ralen's gonna have to do Farchozo. Ralen's gonna have to, like, go do Frigate instead of doing Mines, which, ooh, okay. Never mind, back to JhavA's audio. If it's on rocks, I think. If Ralen doesn't go Frigate, then I think he loses 100% because he will not go do Thardis. He will do Upper Mines. Like, Ralen kind of needed it to be Tower Chamber, I think. Or Training Chamber. But now that it's not there, he's going to do a bunch of checks in Farchozo. The only checks Ralen has left are Farchozo, Frigates, Mineral Man, and Upper Mines. It was in Tower of Light fishing. Yeah, all of mines. So Upper and Central Mines. But what's probably going to happen here, Jeff, is Ralen's going to do Farchozo. Maybe check Overgrown Cavern. Artifact number 5 for JhavA. Check Overgrown Cavern, then go to Mines. I did. This is a bar skip setup here. But hopefully Ralen... This is a case where I think Ralen not being comfortable with bar skip would help. But I don't know how comfortable he is with bar skip, so we'll have to find out. In the meantime, JhavA probably just going to go back to Chozo. Pretty much what Jeff's route was, back to Chozo. I don't know if it's faster to save warp here, or to take the elevator and just go the intended way. Hole in one? No, not quite. So yeah, 4 checks. Hopefully Ralen goes to Frigate immediately. It doesn't even touch Live Grove. Yeah, I assume so, Jeff. I just don't know. Hello, video game. I think if you're ever in that situation, I think you can just bomb jump out of it. I don't know which one's faster is what I'm saying, Jeff. I don't know if it's save warping or going to, because in this case, we're skipping root cave. Like, it's not like we're routing into root cave. Man, it's kind of crazy. If this ends up being on Mineral Man, Ralen could have won the game instantly. Like, instantly. Yeah, I won't just get stuff. And refill your missiles and power bombs. Alright. I would pick up the ice spreader here. Why not? Well, Ralen was behind. I think at that point you take risks. He was in Chozo and he just skipped the one check that boost ball unlocks in Chozo. Last location space jump, like quite literally last location space jump. Good. We get to spread some ice. Now Frigate. Full tracker. We like full trackers around these parts. I feel like at this point, JhavA is starting to feel behind. Both of them probably feel behind. Ralen probably is like dreading the fact that that space jump was in Upper Shrine and is probably just miserable. JhavA, on the other hand, is miserable because he has quite literally full cleared the game. Aside from like 3 X-ray checks. And Ralen is not going to Frigate, so damn. And I doubt Ralen just goes to Thardis, so yeah. I think that's the end of it. But in the meantime, enjoy some contemplative music. I don't even think Cat Jam is an appropriate emote for this music, like... Alright, cargo freight lift. Takes 1 billion years to load. Missile. 3 more checks. Biohazard, Hydroaxis Tunnel, and Mineral Man. By the way, just as a rule of thumb, you guys, bombs take 1 second to explode, Samus takes 1 second to morph and unmorph. So that should give you a good idea of where you want to be bomb jumping and where you want to be morphing. Or unmorphing to shoot, or unmorphing to jump. Ice Beam does fully freeze these dudes. Permanently. We don't have extra. Can't look into it. We gotta shoot it, I think. Alright, get rid of these dudes. Ralen doing bar skip, yeah. That's a shame. Okay, wow. Biohazard done. 2 more checks. That is an option, Jeff. I know Samuel is a Hydroaxis tunnel enjoyer. It's not unprecedented. So maybe, hopefully Ralen got coached by Sam at one point. And Sam is a check hat before you go to mines feller. We need X-ray for the phase-on processing access. Or processing center access. So that we may defeat the Omega Pirates to gain entrance into the processing center access. Oh my god, it's Mineral Man. The igneous idiot strikes again. Oh boy. Off to Fen Drana JhavA goes. Unless we have missed something, and I think JhavA has missed something. Root Cave? No, it's not Root Cave. That cannot have it. Chozo, we did Gathering Hall, we did Watery Hall. We did everything in Chozo. Yep. Are they going to put 2 and 2 together, or are they going to go back to Chozo? Resetting here, we do lose Ice Spreader on this reset. That is something. We can remove the Ice Spreader from the tracker. That's unfortunate. Now, where does JhavA go here? Have they figured out that Mineral Man is the correct answer here? I hope so too. Go right. Good. Root Cave? Now JhavA definitely feels behind. Although maybe they don't. Maybe they think maybe they have enough foresight to realize that that Ralen probably is skipping Mineral Man as well. Like, I mean, you know what? The thing is, though, we do have main power bombs and plasma beam when we get to Mineral Man, so it wouldn't have been necessarily an egregious play to do. In the meantime, Ralen's going to do upper mines and find absolutely nothing. Thermal fine, sure, but we don't care. We don't. That's not what really matters. Thermal might as well be nothing at this point, I think. Yeah. That is funny. So what is the logic chain here? The gravity was bait. So it was just point of no return Zoid. I don't know where Morph Ball was. Point of no return Zoid to Vault to Upper Shrine to Fen. And then beat the game. Into Elite Research Thermal Visor, into X-Ray on Mineral Man, into PCA. Ruin Gallery Wall. Okay, yeah. So there is a world where this is a jet seat, where a brave gamer does Thardis, and just instantly wins the race. But that is not this world. And JhavA is going towards Fendrana. That is also true, Jeff. PCA wall crawl would instantly win this game. X-ray is required to defeat the Omega Pirate, and we need to defeat the Omega Pirate to gain access to the room behind him. X-ray, you cannot deal damage to the Omega Pirate without having the X-ray visor up. Even if you can shoot at OP, it will deal 0 damage until you have the X-ray visor equipped. So, JhavA. Last location, Mineral Man. Pain. Pain and suffering. Well, we can just burn 2 trillion power bombs. We can burn another one right here. If you place it down right here, as he rolls into you. But we're gonna do the bombs method instead. Got a snipe there. Little one as well. Now you want to loot the power bombs now? That's a little late, but it should probably still work. Oh, no. Too late. No, Ralen... Oh yeah, no, they don't have extras, so they're not going to get baited by this. There's thermal. I can grab that. Oof. I'm not even sure Ralen's gonna find X-ray by the time this race is over. That's how bad of a location Mineral Man is right now. Alright, final phase. You can morph, sit under him. As soon as the lightning starts to strike, you just lay a power bomb. Is he spelling on X-ray? I don't know what he's doing. Now? Good. Done. Funny video game. Pick it up, dude. You're still in a race. Come on. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Hold W and be angry at the same time. Sarah. Indeed. Save. No, we don't save. We go PPC here. I mean, you know, there's a world where this is like we're getting Mineral Man right away, and you're like behind, like quite a big deal. I mean, we had power bombs and plasma. It wasn't that slow. Plant is dead. Yeah. Zoid required. OP required. Mineral Man required. Plant. Was plant required anywhere? Was Rune Fountain required? Now, Ralen might go do Vent Shaft and then go, uh-oh, and then do Tharts, but I don't think that's happening. I think we save Warp and do Frigate for Ralen. Because I think in terms of Ralen's checks, he only has... He's done Life Grove, he hasn't done Overrun Cavern, and he hasn't done Frigate. So I think Ralen's only checks are Mineral Man and Talon. So... We're just praying that it's here, but it's probably not here. Actually high-fiving here, but... E. Well, they're synced up, but don't be fooled by this. Ralen is very, very, very behind. That's a shame. Oopsie. Oopsie, there's no cutscene there, Ralen. Man. That is such a shame. French vanilla. PB expansion. Ralen's gonna save warp. We're doing this puzzle as save warp, so that's a shame. Actually, whoa, 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 whoa! There we go. Wow, this puzzle's actually not too bad. That was pretty good. Okay. We can't do this. Oh, are we gonna do the wall crawl? No way. Okay, we're just breaking it because, yeah, okay. Clearing layer, I guess. That's not too bad. But yeah, Rollins is gonna last location thermal anyway. Like, we're gonna go to friggin' crash site. We're gonna get that ice spreader, which is nice, but then we just, like, off to your boy. Off to your boy Mineral Man. I think, yeah, we're a little lost here. Where are the last items, I'm assuming? Meantime, JhavA is just doing the Lower Mines loop. Yeah. So, if you guys have any questions for the racers, hit me up. I think I'm trying to think of what the questions I would have. I think I had a question for JhavA. Yeah, why do Farfen? Both of them did Farfen, rather than going towards Talent or Mines. Is there a reason Ralen didn't do Thardis? Because, they were behind. And why did Ralen Hot Dog or Last Location Space Jump? In terms of micro routing, I think JhavA probably could have routed Mines a little better. Yeah, I understand what you mean, Jeff, but you just want to go towards the artifacts, generally. It's just generally a good idea to go towards the artifacts. And there are a lot of checks in that direction. Like, for example, if you do Mines, you can route back into Farfen pretty easily. Like, you can do checks on the way to getting artifacts. I don't object to it completely, to be clear. So let me make myself clear. I don't object to doing Farfen completely. I'm just curious what was their rationale for it. Because I think the aggressive route... No, I disagree with that, Jesse. I think it would have been okay for Ralen to do rock, because that's a risky play and Ralen's behind. For JhavA, no. Basically, if I'm in that situation, if I'm in Ralen's situation, I think you either don't do Fen, or if you do, don't do Farfen, or you do Farfen and do rock. Like, you take risks, because you're probably behind. You last location space jump. For JhavA, I think, like, okay, doing Farfen is just conservative routing. Right? And I'm like, okay. There's OP, and then our final artifact will be upcoming pretty shortly. And then we're going to save warp and finish the video game. That's true, but you're also behind. You have to take risks, I think. I think it's just wise that if you were really far behind, you start taking risks. You either route hyper aggressively or hyper conservatively to the point of risk, to the point where it becomes risky. So that's why I think Mineral Man, if Ralen was doing Farfen, then Ralen should have done Mineral Man as well. That is my rationale. Whereas for JhavA, it's just a little bit conservative to just do Farfen. Whereas I would prefer to be a little bit more aggressive and go straight towards mine or Chozo. But I don't object to it completely. I just think there is, it's not, I think you could pick either one. I just think Ralen's route is probably the one I question the most. Maybe Ralen, the only thing maybe I haven't considered is maybe Ralen just doesn't feel behind. Maybe after picking up that space jump, they don't feel behind. Maybe they have something in their head that makes them think, okay, I'm not actually that far behind, and I don't actually have to take that many risks. But yeah, Ralen has one more check left before they discover the Mineral Man truth. JhavA going back for the ice spreader. Okay. Yeah, that's true. But I think, but having commentated with Ralen, though, I think he's a very intelligent router. Ralen is actually very, 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 very intelligent in routing. He has a good brain for routing. So I'm curious why, I'm curious what he was thinking specifically. All right. Again, it's easy from on high to say, oh yes, I think Ralen should be playing risky here. I knew that he was behind, but yeah. That's why I'm going to ask him. We're going to learn some things today. Full tracker. JhavA is a man of the people. Full tracker. Glorious. Alright, we're fighting the dragon. In the meantime, Ralen has now discovered... Oh, that's right, Ralen has not touched mines. Oh no, Ralen has touched mines. Wait. Where are we going? Save warp? I guess we could save warp. Hasn't considered the option to, Yeah, Ralen has done everything as well. Full cleared the game. I think here we save at... main quarry, and then... Yeah. Yep, looks like that's where they're going. The dragon is doth dead. And yep, Ralen save warping, going to fight Mineral Man. That is unfortunate. Yep. But I think, honestly, most of this just comes to... Most of this just comes to how, to that Space Jump Hot Dog. I'm nitpicking about Ralen's route afterwards. Just, it's a complete nitpick, to be clear, Jeff. Like, not doing Thardis or not routing aggressively. Completely a nitpick, and I will acknowledge that. But honestly, I think the Ralen was just behind as soon as space. I think that's why they lost. They just last location space jump, and we just have to ask about that. That's the important lesson. Why they last location space jump. I think everything after that is just not really that big of a concern. Honestly, my nitpick about not routing aggressively when you're behind is a nitpick. Like, it's fine. I would not. I completely understand not doing it. But you know, yeah. And routing aggressively would have saved them this race, which is unfortunate. That's even more painful. Mr. Krabs, we would like to order a Krabby Patty, please. Thank you for the power phase. We enjoy that. Actually, no, not in this phase. It's in the next phase. We would like more power phases. Yeah. I wonder, you might have to, chat, you might have to clarify the context for me. Nice. You like power phase? Might have to clarify the, Oh, Ralen hasn't done plasma processing. Oh! They're gonna do plasma processing and then they're gonna go, what? Oh. They might not actually find X-ray in time for the game to end. Yeah, the crash was also a pretty big disaster. It didn't end up mattering because JhavA had to do plant anyway. And I don't mind the route complete. I don't mind it. Like, you do that, and then you do vault. I guess I think Ralen didn't do vault. Didn't know that vault was boost. Maybe that's something we have to consider. Ah, that's what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know the context by why Ralen skipped the space jump or skipped the upper shrine check. Like, I don't know. The only thing I know is that he already did a pass through Magmor, which to me in my mind makes going back to Magmor a worse play than just going for shrine. If that makes sense. I assume that's the case. Probably my guess as well. Because that's like... Boost Ball unlocks very little in the game. Like, if you get Boost Ball early, your mind does not automatically wander to Upper Shrine, even though that is the correct idea. It's just that, like... Yeah. It's unfortunate. Let's not spoil things, Jeff. Hopefully, if you guys have not watched that race, that one's a good one. Both players had mind slips, Jeff. If you recall, that was a funny race. Let's keep the details down, chat. We don't want to spoil that race. If you haven't watched that race, I hope you do. Alright, Ralen has deduced that Mineral Man is the answer. The Amethyst adversary will now be fought. Oh, but only got one of the, only got one of the rocks, I think. That's a shame. But yeah, if you guys have not watched the Bello versus, Lucarius race, then I highly recommend it. Alright, Squidward. Oh! Oh, it doesn't get the power bomb, darn. It's unfortunate. Bello Queenie versus Lucarius Leon. Or just Lucarius Lion. Alright. Does Squidward bother us. Come on. No. Oh, no, 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 no. Go left. I think this might pull cancel here. This is gonna be close. Yep. That's a pool cancel. Oh well. I think JhavA's still stressed though, because we quite literally full cleared the game. So JhavA's probably still a little bit stressed about that pool cancel. Yeah, I should probably teach Ralen how to do this, how to do the powerbomb here. And I did actually learn it. Alright. This shouldn't be too bad, though. Is that actually what his heart rate is? Does he have a heart rate monitor on his stream, Jeff? That's cool. Nerves, yeah, just energy. Like, whenever I speedrun and I'm on PB pace, it's just excitement. I'm not even sure if it's nerves. Sometimes it's just excitement. We bingled the attack cancels here a little bit, but doesn't matter. Should be able to finish off Squidward very quickly here. And there we go. GG's. JhavA is finished in first place with a time of 1:57.07. And Ralen just found X-Ray. Oh, pain. Yeah, so hopefully we can get JhavA in here. Speak of the devil, and he doth appear. JhavA, welcome, GG's, congratulations.
What the heck, Jay? Oh,
Hmm.
I cannot believe. I'm sure. Yeah, Ralen just said they just found X-ray.
Yeah.
Oh,
You both last location did.
yeah. I mean, we both were right next to it, probably without thermal, and neither of us went for it.
Yep.
Wow.
So, would you like to know why Ralen fell behind?
So, I'm curious, um, how quickly I found supers compared to them, because I went for the lava lake play early in my opinion, so I found spider fairly early. So I felt ahead after I saw plasma was where it was.
Hmm.
But yeah, I honestly my early game execution was just felt terrible, to be completely honest. So I was really scared the entire time, but yeah, with X-ray in that location, it's tough. But yeah, what happened?
So I missed the first part of the race. I just came in 15. I came in at like 30 minutes and started watching. I was like, I'll commentate just to give. I'll start commentating just to give an interview. So I missed the early game. What I did catch though was that Ralen last location space jump. So he went to Magmore before after he found the boost ball.
Okay.
He did plant beforehand and then crashed, but I think even that didn't really matter much because you did ended up doing plant anyway, so it didn't cost him that much. But the fact that he just last location space jump is the problem, really.
I'm just laughing because Jeff just sent me the PCA wall crawl.
Yeah.
This would have been a lot faster with that.
This could have been a jet seed in like.
Oh, if either of us knew how to do that, this was I mean the game handed you beams in Fen. Like all you had to do was find space jump. So my early game routing was, yeah, launcher and alcove. So immediately went to Artifact Temple. Gravity Suit was actually there, which
Bait.
turned out to be
Nothing.
useless. Now that
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, we didn't need that for anything. Um, so yeah, that was a weird red herring early.
Where was
Um,
Varia?
Varia was Hive Totem. Yes,
Mm.
yeah. Varia was in
Ooh.
Hive Totem. Morphball was on the way there in Ruined Gallery,
Yeah.
behind the wall. So from there, I went to Magmor. Spider Ball was in Lava Lake. Boost Ball was in Vault, locked by bombs. So yeah, my routing was after the Varia, I went straight to Lava Lake, found Spider, came back, routed through Ruined Shrine. Nothing was there. Tried to peek the upper item, but couldn't see it, which ended up being Space Jump. And then um, Power Bombs were. What did I do from there?
Gathering Hall was Power Bombs.
It was Watery Hall, I think.
Sorry, Watery Hall. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of, yeah, okay. So I was told that Ralen did a trip to Magmor early too, and that makes sense. I think the only thing that would have made this seed not jet is the fact that the jettiest jet would be get the morph ball and then just ignore the Varia and go do point of no return Zoid before you enter Magmor, which is like kind of a
Right.
hard play to justify considering the amount of checks Magmor has after you pick up that Varia and morph ball.
Yeah, like it was. I honestly, really, there's only two with Morph Ball
And
and
Missile,
no
yeah.
Space Jump, without
Yeah.
bombs and Space Jump. So basically, you only have Lava Lake and Storage Cavern, I believe. So without either of those, you really can't do much there. Um,
Especially considering that the space jump, if you did see the space jump and maybe you knew the trick to get up there, you would go back immediately to grab that space jump and then you
yeah.
might
So
even just still
actually,
go to
what
Magmor anyway.
what ended up happening was after I found bombs on, they were behind Zoid. I'm not sure how far in that was, but I'm not sure if you saw that. But yeah, behind Zoid. So what I did was knowing Boost Ball was where it was. Without Space Jump, there's no quick way to get back to Vault. So what I did was actually recheck the Upper Ruin Shrine item,
Hmm.
saw Space Jump, and then instead of going to Magmor after Boost, I immediately went for that, and then went to Magmor from there. And then yeah, from Fen, actually, the seed was pretty simple, other
Yeah.
than the fact that you had to go to mines to get thermal, then go, like logically at least, and then go back to Thardis. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just awful.
I can
I
see. I think in terms of routing, you routed it pretty. I don't. I mean, I have a few nitpicks about like how you routed Ventshaft. Maybe I think maybe you should have just checked Ventshaft before you did Upper Mines. But what you did also was pretty clever. But other than that, I think your routing was great. Like
yeah,
when I started watching, at least I can't comment on your early game routing. I have nothing to say on that.
I actually liked my so my logic was I wanted to like in case I didn't find X-ray in mines, I wanted to go straight to Life Grove and then to late Chozo.
Mm.
So I figured, okay, if I if I pivot save in upper mines and nothing's in lower mines, I'll just reset and then go straight to Life Grove and late Chozo from there.
Okay, so Jay mentioned in chat. So I believe I can't remember who exactly. I don't know if it was Sam or Meepy. Have been doing some research on seeds, and they found that not only is OP and PCA requiring artifact slot, but apparently Zoid has a 30% chance to have vanilla bombs. So maybe
Yeah,
going towards Zoid is actually not actually as unreasonable of an idea as we thought.
yeah, I have had a lot of seeds where power bombs come up early that bombs are behind Zoid. Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
So I have a question. After you found that ice beam,
Mhm.
what routes were going in your mind? Because I think the route that I'm a disciple of Baha, and Baha says go towards the artifacts. Don't do extra checks. Do extra checks on your way to artifacts. So I was thinking after you find that ice beam, you go to workstation and then to mines, and then just do checks and mines because that's close to the artifact. Or you save warp and go to Chozo. You instead elected to do Barfen. Um, did a more aggressive route ever come into your mind after finding that ice beam, or were you just like, nope, just go for the X-ray checks?
No, because I didn't have X-ray.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I think that's the last time I will do I won't do Thardis without thermal. Um, but yeah, my logic was there's a lot of checks in late Fen, and I'm still looking for that X-ray. I'm not going to get a hint for it, so I pretty much have to check everywhere. So, um, yeah, my logic behind that was I'm right next to Farfen. I'll do it now.
And I think if you do want to improve Thardis, I think you can learn how to powerbomb more phases. I think that's
Yeah,
probably
I
the
tried to powerbomb the second one. I just missed.
yeah. Though I should probably make a video on this at some point because I don't think this resource exists. I was able to find a consistent setup to powerbomb the second set of rocks. Like you powerbomb right away, and then you powerbomb that rock as Thardis rolls right into you. X-ray was on Mineral Man, Wyvern. Funny game. Funny scene.
Yeah, and both of us last locationed it.
Yeah.
Thermal was in Elite Research, so you had to
Yeah.
go 2 mines and then back logically.
Yeah.
Shout out
But
to the
I don't mind that you skipped Thardis in this seed. I don't.
Yeah, I literally I thought about it. I'm like, if this bites me, it bites me. But
Yeah.
and like you saw me probably open the map. I'm like, it can't be anywhere but Thardis right now.
Yeah. We were counting down the checks. I had them written down. We were just counting them down, and we were just like, okay, there's Hat. It's off to Mineral Man.
At that point, it's like you're thinking like, did I mess up? Because
Yeah.
there's only one left, and it's
Yeah.
not if it's not there, you're like, oh man, this is not good.
Yeah. Now you're like, is the seed valid? Can I actually like?
Yeah, I'm
Is
like,
X-ray locked behind X-ray or something? Like, what is
like
happening?
X-ray has to be an arbor chamber at this point.
Yeah.
That's
Like.
not right.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't
Oh,
think I have any more comments for you. I think you played well. I think Ralen just made one routing mistake, and that was unfortunate for them. I'll be around to ask them about it, but it seems like they're going to be completing their seed, so we're going to be
yeah,
waiting like
shout outs
quite a
to
bit.
them. I would have quit this so hard. I was I could not believe that he hadn't finished yet. Because
Yeah,
at that point, I mean, you're pushing 2 hours. Just like, how is this still going on?
yeah. I was wondering at what point were you like, oh my god, how am I? When am I losing this game? Like, surely now. Like, at what point was it when you? I don't know when you started doing Farchozo, where you're like, okay, it's like, what's happening? Where's this X-ray? At what point
Um,
were you like that?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, pretty much after I had cleared out Chozo, I was like, oh boy,
Yeah,
because it was either Frigate or Thardis.
yeah,
So yeah, Chozo still. I left a few checks in Chozo behind just because of where that wave beam was and ice as well. So I was like, okay, there's a good chance it's in Chozo. Also nice. Oh, I spoke too soon. I was gonna say nice first try, a quick phase on core climb from Ralen.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, after Chozo, I was pretty dang worried because there weren't any good locations left.
yeah. Uh, just gonna preface this right away saying like you don't have to. I don't think you have to say the whole. I don't know. This is probably gonna last like another 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how the fight goes. You can you can dip if you want to. I don't have any more questions for you. If you have any more comments, feel free. If you
Oh,
want to stick around, feel free.
I need to talk to Raylan after that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it would not be right of me to not be there for their finish.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say as bad as that X-ray location was, final bosses were so kind to me. Like no dashes from Ridley. a super kind Subchamber 4 from EXO. I did get pool skipped once, but
Yeah.
I think that was more my fault than anything.
I think it was like on the very edge upon, like, like you're just barely close enough to the carcass. I think it was very, very
Yeah,
close.
yeah, I I kind of was freaking out because I'm like, I could actually still win this, and then I just couldn't find essence for the
Yeah,
first.
I think I was in the commentary. I was like, "Oh my god, that pull skip must feel like you were winning badly." But like, I can imagine your situation. You get the pull skip, and you're like, "Oh my god, please!" And you're like suffering for no reason.
Yeah, I was like, if this costs me, I'm going to be furious.
Yeah. But okay, I actually no, I do have questions for you because I think let's see what upcoming races you have actually. So,
Yeah, I don't believe I pretty we played this pretty early, so I don't think
oh yeah, you have two matches coming up before you get to do yours. We have
yeah.
MDS versus Despise. The winner of that faces Bowman, and then the winner of that will face you.
Oh, I played Bowman and I actually had a pretty close race in Swiss. So I think
Was that the tie? No.
no, that was Astral
That,
in the bracket stage.
oh yeah, that one was. I was commentating. That was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bowman yeah, I will not underestimate them because they are really really good. Even though their seed doesn't reflect it.
Did you watch yesterday's race between Bello and Lucarius?
No, I heard it was pretty
It
pretty
was a good
good.
one. I'm not gonna chat. You keep quiet. You should watch it. That was a fun one.
All right, yeah,
Um,
I'll make sure to check that one out.
Kind of weird. The matches are really
Oh,
lopsided right now. Like we got.
oh, Ralen lost boost because of a crash.
No, I don't think so.
They just said that in the race time. So that must have been
Oh, that was when. Okay, well, kinda. He finished plant, got boost, and then crashed. But like, then just immediately got boost again, and then
that sucks.
had to do. It did hive totem loop and grabbed flamethrower there, so it wasn't too bad of a crash. But like, it was bad. But that was. I don't think that was the reason I lost the race. Like,
Hopefully, it just wasn't the difference maker, but it certainly doesn't help.
yeah. I mean, I don't. They did do plants early, so I think again they did plant and you didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if he like I'm not sure if it was necessarily a bad play. I don't know the context because the reason maybe plant wouldn't have been a bad idea is because one, it's ghosts are logic. We have supers, we have spider at that point, and then
Yeah.
also going to vault wouldn't have been that much slower the other way because you
Well, it
have
would
to
have
do
been
the
right.
entire hive totem move.
Oh, did they do it? They did it without space jump.
Yeah, so you had to do hive totem loop to grab boost ball, and then. So I'm guessing maybe he thought, okay, well, I can do checks along the way instead of going through hive totem loop again.
Hmm.
So might as well do plant here to get the vault. But I also don't know at what point he knew vault was boost. I don't know at what point you knew vault was boost.
Yeah, I'm really curious what routing they took because I really felt ahead after finding that plasma beam. Um, but
I think you guys
yeah,
were equal, like even-ish, up until like even-ish minus the plant. I think the big difference was the plant, and then the space jump last location after that. Like literally,
okay, that
I
makes
think
sense.
that was the feeling that I got. Maybe some minor routing differences. I believe Ralen had power bombs before you or something like that, and then didn't. Or I have no idea.
Yeah,
Or
I'm guessing then I probably went to Magmore before them. But yeah, I'll have to ask them because
yeah, we'll find out. I woke up at like 7, but I lounged in bed for a little while, and then I was like, "Oh, there's a race today," and then I guess I could commentate it, and then I just forgot for a second, and I was like, "Okay, too late now," so I missed it. Yeah, full tracker, at least. That's nice, I guess. Is
oh
this
yeah,
too close to the pool? I think this is too close. Okay, there we go. We're good now. Ralen in Race Time Room actually said, lost boost to crash. I was tempted to do Thardus early. Ooh, that's even more painful.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of us had that thought at some point. It's just, tough.
Yeah. Chat tells me Ralen was ahead after Zoid because they'd done most of Magmore checks too. So when they went to Magmore, they probably just did more checks than you did.
Yeah, because when I went to Magmore, all I did was just do Lava Lake and then dip out.
Okay.
And after that, because yeah, I did it very early. Like I did it on the first Hive method
There it
patch.
is.
GG's. Get this man in here. or
Should
them
be
in
sent an
here.
invite now.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said.
Hello, Ralen, GG's.
Oh my goodness. GG's.
So, general thoughts, Ralen. What are we thinking right now?
Why?
Oh my god. I last locationed that X-ray too, by the way.
I didn't, technically. I
What did you
never went
what other check did you have
into
left?
Chapel of the Elders or JhavA's temple.
Oh,
That would have been devastating if it was there. But yeah, they were both nothing.
I
think
mean,
they were
I
both
had just a very bad time until space jump, including a crash,
yeah.
which meant that I had to pick back up boost ball, and that already unsettled me quite enough. But by that point, I was not really in a good mental state anymore. So I don't know, which kind of led to I knew that Plasma and Wave were in shorelines, but once I collected them, I just I forgot about Shozai's temple and Chapel of the Elders, so it wasn't an intentional skip, but
It didn't
as
come back to
soon
bite you though, which was fine.
yeah.
So apparently, Drake joined a little late. So I was curious about the early game routing. So when I found the Varia suit, I went straight to Magmore, picked up Spider, then dipped out,
Oh,
and then, so yeah, from there I think saw boost but didn't pick it up. Um, then oh wait, no, I save warped, checked Frigate Crash site, and then went back through went back to Chozo from there and then did Ruin Shrine. Missed the peak on first pass. I think I went to Ruin Shrine 5 times this seed. Because I went there to check for the main item, then tried to peek the upper item, which was Space Jump, and missed it. Left, went back with power bombs, forgot to check the upper item. Before I got boost, went back in to check the upper item, finally got it, and then went back with boost, and then went back once I had wave to get the Tower of Light.
I basically skipped one trip to a shrine because I never peeked the upper item, so I didn't knew it was Space Jump, but I peeked the first item after I got more, then came back with power bombs, but not having normal bombs, and then ultimately when I went, or when I had to go there because Space Jump was my last available check up there, I got space and then had to come back, obviously with Wave for the artifact. But yeah. I said a trip to Shrine. But
So
I did not go into Magmore immediately, so the thing is, I I went through wall back, went into mid Chozo, got my power bombs, but did not do
Zoid.
what's called Zoid. Yeah.
Okay.
Then went into Magmore through through Lava Lake. Got that spider, went back for Dynamo. Got my supers, went back for the tree to get nothing. Did not
Yeah.
save there. Then
That was so
went back to
disappointing.
Zoid. Yeah, and when I went back from Zoid, I went to Flagra and did Flagrant Ghosts. Then wanted to pick up Boost and go down into Magma and crashed on the elevator. So I had to go around through Vault again because I didn't want to do to Flagra again, obviously.
Did you save after Zoid?
Yes.
Okay.
I saved before Flagra again, so I literally just lost boost. But
Okay, yeah, I would have felt really bad if that like cost like a lot more time, but I feel like that probably at least didn't decide this.
So I gotta ask, did the getting the boost not point towards Upper Shrine, or was that just not a consideration, or were you just tilted at that point because of the crash and you just didn't think about it and just went to Magmore? Because I think that was the big difference. Like the crash and the Flogger play were unfortunate, but the biggest difference maker was just the last location space jump, I think, in this race.
I mean, the crash kind of unsettled me, so I was not really in my best routing mind. I wouldn't have gotten it before. I did not check much of Magmore until that point, and I had Fen open, which in the end was just one check if I had to think about it, because I did not remember about the canyon artifact, which also partly may because of the crash. But yeah, I kind of tunnel visioned on there and thought it's not gonna be Upper Shrine, right? If it's Upper Shrine, whatever. Then I lost, and yeah, obviously it was Upper Shrine, and yeah.
Yeah, when you get boost in early Chozo, it's hard to remember that like it does unlock something, which is very rare.
I knew it unlocked it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to go back there, especially after the crash. Then having to go back to Vault.
That was the same
Then
thinking that I had.
Go
Because
back out to Shrine, not find Space Jump because it's in Fen, and then have to go through Nursery again because I cannot go back to Vault.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was my exact same thoughts. Because yeah, after I had found bombs, yeah, coming out of there, I was near the door to Shrine, so I'm like, I better make sure that this isn't anything before I just go straight into Magmore. Because if it wasn't anything and I went back for it, it would have wasted so much time. But I think this way it at least wasted a little less time. Yeah, that was I definitely, my early game execution and my early game routing was not great because once I got power bombs, I forgot about Ruined Shrine, so didn't go back for it. Originally, like went halfway to Zoid and then turned around only to find nothing there. So I definitely felt behind until Plasma, just because I figured picking up that super in one go would have saved me some time.
Okay, so I already asked JhavA about this, but there is a world where this seed is Omega Jet, where you found missiles in Alcove, then you go to Chozo, you find Boost Ball, or excuse me, Morph Ball, then find the Varia, and then just assume the Varia's bait and go to Deep Chozo and immediately point a no return Zoid to get the bombs. And then, you know, you can stick around Chozo a little bit longer, but you can also just go straight to Fen and suddenly it's a Jet Seed. Right? Maybe you maybe you happen to know the wall crawl to PCA, and now like this seed is like super jet. Is there any way? So actually, just on this topic, Jay mentioned that it seems like based on what research we have so far on on 5,000 seeds is that there's a 30% chance for bombs to be vanilla. Now, I'm guessing you guys didn't know that, but was there any consideration of like, I'm guessing the biggest routing choice in Chozo seemed to be like when to go to Zoid. How did you guys think about that?
So I heard that vanilla bombs had more often than not, and or that around that chance or are likelier than you would expect to. But from my personal experience, from all the seeds, every time I thought it could have been maybe vanilla bombs there, it never was. Like, I feel like I had in 20 seeds throughout the last 2 months, 2 or 3 vanilla bombs, which is not the 30% that's supposed to be around. So I felt like maybe the Varia, with how early it showed up, was more likely to have bombs than Zoid in this case. But
Yeah.
I mean, I had power bombs, so maybe I should have just gone for it because there was 2 items, not 1. So I don't know.
So yeah, interesting seed. Like, I think kind of a tough seed, for both you guys. Like, I mean, aside from just let's ignore for a second that Thardis had X-ray and both of you lost location did, but yeah, I can see why this one's tough to route. I think, yeah.
Like, when I was going through labs until like I want to say 5 minutes after the save warp, I was thinking, should I have done TARDIS, or until I got there, should I do TARDIS? Like, I was thinking about constantly about it because of the crash. Should I do it early? Should I not? And
I think I was at the time. I was thinking like, so for JhavA's position, I thought you could either route Farfen into Mines or Farfen into Chozo, or just skip Farfen entirely and go Mines or Chozo, right? I think, depending on how conservative or aggressive you want. But in your position, where it was very clearly like you were behind, you just did plant and then you crashed, and then you lost location space jump, I felt like you probably should have routed more aggressive. So that's why I was thinking you maybe should do Thardis, right? Or do some crazy risk. But that's easy for me to say from like 2,000 feet above and just be like. So I wonder what your thought process was at that point. Like, what were you thinking? Like, what plays should I be making here? Should I just go for the conservative play, just get all the checks out? Or,
I
or
mean,
you just, yeah.
no, for once, that space jump logic was awful, but because it was so awful, it's not guaranteed that the opponent gets it back. So it's hard to say how much I'm really behind. Then the crash didn't actually lose me that much time.
Yeah.
So when it would have been more, when I would have had to pick back up more, then I might have been way more aggressive and might have skipped Farfen, might have done Thardis instead immediately, even before that, or something like that. But because the crash didn't lose me that much time, I thought, well, maybe I should just route somewhat normally and just do not the likely route, but the other one, and hope that's the better. And I thought, well,
So both of you guys
I wasn't
mentioned.
sure if it's I wasn't sure if it should be going to Chozo or to Mines for X-ray in that situation better, but I was kind of tempted to check Lava Lake and Training Chamber because we had all of that stuff.
What?
So I wanted to ask you about that. Both of you said that you didn't like the Upper Shrine play because that would mean to go back to Magmore, you'd have to go back through Tive Totem or Plant. What about just going to Root Cave instead?
That's what I eventually also came to think about. Well, I haven't even done those checks. Maybe I should have just gone back that way and checked Root Cave. But
Like the idea is you get the boost, go to Upper Shrine,
yeah.
go to Root Cave. Yeah.
Like, I probably would even have done that if I didn't. Maybe. I don't know. I was maybe tunnel visioning a bit on
They're
there, but
both
I might have
slow.
done it if I didn't crash on boost. No,
You have
I
to
went
take
into
the
Magmar,
elevator
crashed
down
back.
or warp out. It's not fast. Like both ways were gonna be slow. Like if you didn't go to Magmor straight from that boost vault, you were losing time. Like it was that simple.
Yeah.
And up until that point, there had been a lot of bait in terms of the gravity, nothing. Spider supers, nothing. And so
No,
now you get boost ball.
that was plasma.
It's the logic
Plasma
there, and be like, oh yes, of course, this is this is Upper Shrine. I will now go check Upper Shrine when you've just been getting baited hard.
Spider and supers was a pretty clear logic actually. Like spider led to supers, both of those led to plasma. Plasma led to wave. Wave led to ice.
I just mean you didn't know that at the time because you just get this boost and you're like, well, I've gotten baited by the logic here. I went to Tree and found nothing. I went to Upper Dynamo. I got something, but it got nothing. And then now, what's the chances that the boost is actually going to tell me, okay, I'm going to go to Shrine? Was that going through your mind, or were you just like, no, we just need to go to Macmore?
I mean that's Randomania for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to ask you actually one final question about the plant play, Ralen. Were you just thinking this is 2 checks along the way to Magmore and Vault, and I can skip going through Hive Totem to get that thing? Was that the rationale behind going plant, or was that some calculated risk?
No, that was the rationale behind there. In addition to it, could have been space jump. Like,
Okay.
that was entirely possible because plant and ghosts were entirely in logic by that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was my best way to vault because my Hive Totem dash isn't as consistent as I made it look this race. I actually fail it more often than I really want to have it. So having the chance to go to plant, do 2 checks there, and get 2 boost was for me just the better option. Even I have to do plant vanilla.
Okay, I don't have any more questions. If you guys have any final thoughts.
What was the order that you did checks when you were looking for X-ray? Because I'm assuming you went labs, found all the beams, and then so my order was clear Fen, like clear far Fen except for Thardus. Did vent shaft and did upper mines, then vent shaft and central dynamo. Saved in upper mines, went to Life Grove from there, then did Chozo from the back, cleared out far Chozo, which I hadn't done yet. And then cleared all of Chozo, including Flagra, then went through Frigate, then back to Thardus.
I went after labs basically straight into Farfen, then did check Human but not do Thardus, was heavily tempted to go down but didn't.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, from there on I picked up Phazon, turned around, safe warp, and did Chozo from the front into the back into upper mines with bar skip. So basically my idea of how to approach it and trying to find X-ray actually was the one I wanted to go for. Because you went into mines and I was deliberately trying to go the other way.
Yeah, I think your routing actually was better because I kind of forgot about that Tower of Light artifact. So I was thinking I only had to clear back of Chozo. So I think your routing was actually a lot better because you could route in that artifact a lot more seamlessly. And then you were right next to mines already. And then if nothing was there, you could just go backwards Frigate, and then obviously you had to go back to Thardus.
I think if you do, well, it depends. I think if you're able to do reverse bar skip, I think I'm perfectly fine with your route, JhavA.
I can't, so.
And even if you can't, I think I'm okay with it. I just think it's more aggressive. I don't think it's necessarily worse.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would have done what Ralen did had I remembered that Tower of Light had an artifact. I just was like, I need to find X-ray, and so I was kind of tunnel visioning that part of it.
Yeah, I didn't mind. Like I said, I didn't mind either route. I think going to Chozo or mines both would have been fine. I think just because you get more check density in mines, but Chozo gives you like more checks like on the way.
also want to say that I feel like in this kind of situation, X-Ray happens to be more often in mines than in shows, or even with how this played out. So I was, if I wouldn't have crashed and would have maybe gotten space jump better, I was probably also tempted to go into mines after laps there just to see if I can snipe an X-Ray there. Because I had a few siege quite recently where X-Ray was in spots like Central Dynamo or Central Dynamo or for some change Central Dynamo. Like that spot for my X-Rays. They seem to like each other.
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay, well,
Jay, for that one.
Yeah, Jay.
I'll be speaking to you off of a family-friendly stream.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, is that seed like? There's a world where that seed is jet, is crazy jet. Like,
Yep.
I think the only part that makes it, I mean, aside from the fact that like you'd have to do PCA wall crawl, but like the only question mark for me is like, how jet could it be if you just god routed Zoid immediately? Like, just ignored Varia completely and just flew straight into Zoid, saw the main PBs and just went straight to Zoid anyway. Like how, like what kind of mind would have thought of that play is the only thing that sort of makes me consider whether or not the seed is actually jet. So
It's just really tough going into Zoid when you have other checks, because if it's not bombs, but it is something like space jump, you have to go back for it. So it's tough having to consider that.
I mean, it depends. I'm really not liking it if it's only one check I have there, but with main power bombs, so they're logical to you checks where the bombs could be on, then I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it should be done more. But also we were playing on 7.5 here. I wonder if 8.0 is maybe not as keen on putting bombs there, or if that did not change.
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, we'll see. Well, do you guys have anything else to say? I don't think I have any more questions.
No, just GG's, man. I'm glad we actually got to play instead of just you watching me suffer this time. So, yeah, this was glad we got to have a match.
I mean, I'm happy with how it went overall. So yeah.
And yeah, thanks to Drake and Boo for commenting and tracking. That was clutch to step in.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Fishing had to step out, so yeah. But follow our runners. Follow fishing. You do not have to follow me. I think that means Ralen, you were eliminated from the tournament now, if I'm correct.
That is true.
Yeah, so you have more time to commentate.
That's also true, unfortunately.
That's also true.
Not today, because times don't really work out for me. But,
sorry, go ahead.
I mean, there will be plenty of more matches coming up all throughout the next days, and maybe there will be another JhavA race to commentate, and then another one because reasons. So yeah.
So for the chat, we have a match upcoming in, I believe, 3 hours and 20 minutes. That's at 3 p.m. our time, so that's 3 hours and 20 minutes between MDS and Despise, and then 2 hours and 15 minutes after that match starts, we have another match, Luigi's Mansion versus Astral. So the MDS versus Despise match is going to be on this channel at SpeedGaming. That is in 3 hours and 20 minutes. Pencil it into your calendars. I think that's it from us. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next mission. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.